Hello, I'm Jacob. You're watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Today I'm here to quickly show you and to test the new White River Knives FireCraft PKO. There are some differences between this knife and what will be the final production version. That will be the first thing that I will show you. But what I really want to do today is use the knife, do a little bit of carving, but I want to beat on this knife a little bit as well. If you didn't know, a zero grind or Scandinavian grind is not nearly as strong as a grind with a micro bevel because behind the edge is much thinner. It's much more likely to be damaged with hard use. The positive side of it is it performs much better at slicing and wood use and you know, all of the stuff that traditional people did with knives. So I'm not familiar of other Scandi ground knives in S35VN. I think it's going to be enjoyable to check this out, and I think it's going to be beneficial for White River Knives as well. Hopefully we can give them maybe some positive feedback, maybe some constructive criticism on things to change before the final production. But I'm just excited to get to it, so let's do it. First thing that we'll do is I'll show you the sheath on this prototype. This is a prototype, however, I have reason to believe that this will be much like the production sheath because this is the style that White River Knives often does. So we have a button snap up here, Kydex sheath, ferro rod holder. There could be some leather options. I think that those are usually an upcharge, but there could be some options for that. You'll notice the ferro rod divot is on the outside here, so if you take the sheath off, you can use the ferro rod notch while the knife is in its sheath. You've got a ferro rod holder here. I have no doubt, however, that the final production sheath will be a little bit more finished. This one doesn't have a nice click at retention. It's more of a friction fit, and being that I've never had a White River Knives sheath that didn't have flawless retention, I'm sure that will change by the time we get to the production model. However, this is likely what it will look like, and I think it's a fantastic design. They always do really good sheaths. As for the blade itself, or I should say the handle, the tang here is a little bit proud of the handle scales. That will change. I believe this hole is going to be a little bit larger and more finished. The inside edges will be chamfered, and I believe the spine at the top here is going to be sharper. They always are. White River does a fantastic job at square spines. What I want to show you right now is how beautiful this prototype Scandi grind is. You'll notice that as you get up to the tip, the grind gets more shallow. Look how freaking thick that tip looks there. Fantastic. That's to add strength to the tip, again, because it is a zero grind. I think that that is beautifully executed. Now I'm showing you this knife a lot and this edge, if we can focus here, because I am expecting this edge to be damaged. It's what happens with zero grinds, especially when they're when they're used hard. They are not ideal for batoning and hard use, obviously. So what we've got here, I'm doing some carving. We're going to split some wood. We're going to make a doggone some feather sticks and stuff like that. We're going to see what happens to the edge, how badly it's damaged, if at all, and we'll see how she goes. So honestly, this is not the right tool for the job. For moving a lot of material and all of your main shaping, you should be using probably a carving axe or a bigger, beefier knife. I started this with my Bear Forest Knives made Adventure Cub collab with my brand Exodus Knife and Tool, and this is some seasoned oak. It is incredibly hard, and it'll tear some stuff up. But again, when it comes to the right tool for the right job, this is not necessarily the right tool. Ideally, I would draw a pattern on here and go get my council tool Camp Carver axe and really start chipping away at this, but that's not what we're doing here today. The idea from what I'm going to work on and make this into is I think I'm going to do a cast iron pot scraper is my goal at the moment. We'll just have to see how that goes. I might give it away on Patreon, so if you want to have more say in what I do on this channel, or give ideas or suggestions, or you just want to help, consider becoming a patron. I don't do enough for those guys, but the guys that I have that are patrons are really, really awesome, and it helps the channel so much. This month, my Patreon patron funds will be going towards getting my butt down to Texas for the first ever Blade Show Texas, and that's going to be good for my knife news update as well. We've got a lot of Blade Show news for the month of March, so that is very exciting. Now, the other thing that should be clear to anybody who knows what they're looking at as I'm working here is I need a carving horse. I need to make one. I think that'll be a great YouTube video. Maybe I'll do some timber framing with that Camp Carver that I had mentioned, and make a shave horse, carving horse. Is that even the right term for it? I don't know why I'm blanking. Anyways, I'm gonna get done with this, or what I'm gonna do today, and we will see how the edge is holding up. So far, so good. So, what removing a large amount of material off such a hard wood is going to do is really test the edge on a carver, because where this is ideally suited for doing nice controlled little carves, I'm sitting here and I'm hogging off material, and we have no edge damage. So I'm going to go in and do some batoning on some similarly hard and knotted material, and we're going to see what it looks like after that. And really, if we don't have edge damage by the time I'm done, I'm going to be very surprised. right. This is an absolutely nasty knot. Can we get, there we go. It's far, far more than what this little EDC pocket knife would ever be intended for, even if it wasn't a scandi grind. So what I can say here is I'm wasting my time with this, but if you were, you know, if you're looking to split your kindling or whatever else the case may be, this thing is absolutely going to do it. Beat the heck out of my hands. No damage to this edge. Alright, so check this out. The edge is no worse for the wear. My hand is beat to snot. My knuckles beat to snot. Still nice and sharp. Can't get that stick out because it's in there so tight. I have no doubt we can sit here and feather for days still. Edge feels good. This knife, you know, is going to be intended for your basic fire prep, right? And if someone's going to baton with it, which most people probably will not, it's probably going to be small pieces of cedar or something similar, and they're making a fire, right? And they're just getting their kindling ready, and they want some dry kindling. I have no doubt that this thing is going to be up to the task there. I don't know. Can we focus here? Can we focus? My idea of a well-designed knife is a knife that tells you how it's supposed to be used when you use it. This was not an enjoyable knife to sit there and beat on through a piece of seasoned knotted oak. But it shouldn't be. This knife is perfect on the belt, and this knife is not telling me that that's what it's for. What it is for is EDC/fire tasks. I'm very impressed with the blade for that. Again, it's just a proto. I don't have any recommendations for White River knives. I think that I know that their heat treat on S35VN is on point. I'm very impressed that we have no edge damage. I think the performance is phenomenal. The design is great, and I'm really stoked on this knife. So I'll be giving this back to them at Blade Show, Texas. Not broken and not destroyed. That's pretty cool. I was going to do some more feather sticks and some other stuff. I just ran out of time. But as you guys could see, even here unsupported, we're still feathering, absolutely no issue. The spine's not as sharp as I know White River knives will make their spines, so I'd probably sit there and struggle with the ferro rod anyways. So that's what I've got. I'm very, very excited about this prototype. I think it's a really cool knife designed by Jason Teets. Teets Design. He did a fantastic job. I'm really excited to see these hit the shelves. It's really cool seeing more American manufactured zero ground knives on the market, and I think that this one's going to be a banger with the rest of them. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. In the description box below, you'll see how you can support this channel through Patreon, my brand Exodus Knife and Tool, my company Beach and Tactical. I've got affiliate links up on there, etc., social media, all that crap. It's all in the description box. Thank you for watching, and definitely keep an eye out for when these hit the shelves as production models. And what I'm actually really even more excited about is seeing if these things pop up in the custom shop. If you didn't already know, White River Knives, who I'll also put in the description box below, has a custom shop where they'll put up production knives occasionally with custom finishes and custom handle scales. Oftentimes you'll find cool handle materials, desert ironwood, different Cerakote finishes and stuff like that. And I'm really excited to see this knife with some cool scales. So again, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the comment section below, and I hope that you have a blessed day.